So why does PNC deserve a seat at the planning table? So you're all probably familiar with conversations of, hey, we just bought a lovely SUV for the business. What a great write-off. But does anyone stop to think who's going to drive that car? What happens if the wife decides to drive it one day to get groceries because it's the last car in the driveway, but the commercial business policy doesn't allow anyone not listed on the policy to cover it? So again, this is a great where we excuse me, a great place where you as the advisor can connect those dots and one just educate your clients on make sure all drivers are covered and or is buying the SUV in the business name really the right choice based on who's actually going to be utilizing that vehicle. Another wishful conversation that we all hope to have is we hit the jackpot. Now let's plan our cash flow, our real estate, and obviously we're going to buy a yacht. While all this sounds great and clients with endless checkbooks tend to have some pretty fun lives, insurance today does not always allow them to go buy that yacht just because they have the ability to do so. There's sometimes challenges on have you owned a boat? Have you owned a boat that can go that fast, that big, and all these other things? Plus real estate. As we know, the market in real estate is pretty difficult. So just because you can buy a bunch of houses doesn't mean it's in the client's financial best interest. But currently those aren't being discussed when we have these type of conversations. And obviously the good old we put the lake house in the LLC because we want to protect our assets. But what happens now that the deed's in the name of an LLC, but the insurance policy is still in the name of that individual? We now have a mismatch when it comes to insurable interest. And again, a great place where you as the advisor can connect those dots. So again, these are all life conversations that are brought to the planning table and often PSC is overlooked when we hear these topics.